Hello friends, in today's video of oil hydraulics and pneumatics unit 3 we will see regarding the selection criteria for the components like linear and rotary actuator. But before we move to this next slide, just I would like to recall the previous lecture. In previous lecture we have studied regarding the hydrostatic transmission system. What is the hydrostatic transmission system? How does it works? How the hydraulic link is given between two motor and pump device. So I'll just give you a brief. Hydrostatic transmission systems are those systems where the transmissions takes place between two components with the help of pressurized fluid. So one will act as a driven and one will act as a driver. Now in this today's video we'll see regarding the selection criteria for the components like linear and rotary actuator, as well as the advantage and disadvantages of the hydraulic system too. Now, what is the selection criteria for the hydraulic system? How we can select a hydraulic system? What are the parameters? Suppose we need to design a hydraulic system. What are the parameters that we have to take into the consideration for designing, or what are the parameters or criteria for selection of the hydraulic system? So the very first criteria is motion profile control. Friends, motion profile control means we should be aware of the motion for which we need to design the hydraulic system. For example, अगर हमें पिक एंड प्लेस मैकेनिज़्म या ऑटोमेशन या हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम के लिए जाना है, तो हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि उसकी मोशन प्रोफाइल कौन सी है. आइदर इट इज़ अ लीनियर मोशन प्रोफाइल और रोटरी मोशन प्रोफाइल. दैट इज़ वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि हमें यहाँ पर लीनियर एक्चुएटर हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं या रोटरी एक्चुएटर यहाँ पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सो इट इज़ वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट. मोशन प्रोफाइल कंट्रोल शोज़ दैट कि जो आपकी फाइनल एप्लीकेशन है वो कौन सी मोशन की है. आइदर इट इज़ रेसिप्रोकेटिंग और लीनियर और लिफ्टिंग और मूविंग अप एंड डाउन. दैट so motion profile control is very much important. The first criteria for it. The second criteria is impact on cleanliness and safety. Impact on cleanliness and safety. What does it means? It means जो भी हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम आप डिज़ाइन करने जा रहे हो, वेदर व्हाट इज़ द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ दैट सिस्टम. उस सिस्टम की रिक्वायरमेंट क्लीनलीनेस है. फॉर एग्जांपल फूड इंडस्ट्रीज़ है तो वहाँ पर हाइजेनिक एंड एज वेल एज cleanliness is very much important for the designing the hydraulic system. For example, for JCB, if you are using for the JCB or some industrial automation line, so depending on the application of the system, the cleanliness factor is also responsible. So for that, what is important? There are, as we have studied earlier, there are electrical, mechanical and pneumatic type actuators. So based on that, which actuator is much more suitable nowadays? Electromechanical actuators are present. It is available in the market. Or so whichever hydraulic actuator is important for us, that we can select based on it. The third criteria, selection criteria is durability and maintenance. This is, friends, very important parameter. We required that kind of actuator where minimum maintenance is there, and the durability means the duration of working of the actuator. ये बहुत ही important parameter है कि जो भी एक्चुएटर हम सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो लीनियर हो, चाहे वो रोटरी हो, चाहे वो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिकल हो, या फिर इलेक्ट्रिकल हो, या न्यूमेटिक एक्चुएटर हो, तो whatever the actuator which we are using, actually we are only discussing the hydraulic system, so here we'll eliminate the pneumatic actuator. So what is the durability, how long it will be utilized for the system which we are designing. Yeah, for example, looking to the capacity, load capacity of the system, how long will it serve to the organization, so that is much more important. So durability and maintenance, कि जहाँ कम से कम maintenance आए, और durability means the working duration of our actuator, वो लंबे समय तक होना चाहिए. तो ये भी एक पैरामीटर है. एम्बियंट नॉइस, फ्रेंड्स, कई जगह ऑटोमेशन में हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम एक्चुअली बहुत ही नॉइस करता है, नॉइजी है. तो उसके ऑप्शन में हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रोमैकेनिकल, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक एक्चुएटर्स अवेलेबल हैं. तो जो भी एप्लीकेशन है, हमें ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है कि वहाँ अगर सिस्टम की वजह से नॉइस होता है तो विल इट क्रिएट द डिस्टर्बेंस, और विल इट नॉट क्रिएट द डिस्टर्बेंस. सो डिस्टर्बेंस or the noise of the entire system is also one of the important parameter where it is to be taken into the consideration for selecting the hydraulic system. The next is energy efficient. हम जो भी सिस्टम डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, जो भी एक्चुएटर्स यूज़ कर रहे हैं, या जो भी वाल्व्स या पंप, जो भी हम सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, इट शुड बी एनर्जी एफिशिएंट. अगर एम्बियंट नॉइस की बात करें तो इलेक्ट्रोमैकेनिकल और इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक एक्चुएटर्स जो हैं वो 45 dB डेसिबल तक साउंड प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. तो कई जगह ये एक्चुएटर्स जहाँ साउंड की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, जहाँ साउंड नहीं होना चाहिए, वहाँ पे हम उस तरह के एक्चुएटर्स यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ऑन रोड साइड कंस्ट्रक्शन या कोई भी इंडस्ट्री में, वहाँ हम हाइड्रोलिक या इलेक्ट्रिकल एक्चुएटर्स यूज़ कर सकते हैं. द नेक्स्ट इज़ एनर्जी एफिशिएंट. एनर्जी एफिशिएंट मीन्स जो भी सिस्टम हम डिज़ाइन करना है, इट शुड बी हाईली एफिशिएंट. सो वॉट एवर द पावर इज़ बीइंग कंज्यूम्ड, similarly we should get the equivalent output of that. नॉर्मली हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम 90% ऑन एन एवरेज एफिशिएंसी देते हैं. तो ये ज़रूरी है हमारे लिए कि जो भी सिस्टम हम डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, इट शुड बी एनर्जी एफिशिएंट. देयर शुड बी मिनिमम लॉस एंड मैक्सिमम आउटपुट ऑफ द सिस्टम. स्पेस एफिशिएंसी, जो भी सिस्टम हम डिज़ाइन कर रहे हैं, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वहाँ क्या लिमिटेशन है स्पेस के, what are the limitations of the space, and based on that we need to design or select the hydraulic system. अगर for example मैं बात बताऊँ तो अगर स्पेस कम है और मैक्सिमम लेंथ हमें चाहिए, तो we can go for the टेलीस्कोपिक एक्चुएटर. और जहाँ पर हमने 2 लेक्चर से प्रीवियस लेक्चर में हमने ये स्टडी किया था इन द लीनियर एक्चुएटर्स में हमने ये देखा था कि व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ लीनियर एक्चुएटर्स. उसमें हमने एक टेलीस्कोपिक टाइप और टेंडम टाइप लीनियर एक्चुएटर्स देखे थे. तो टेंडम टाइप में ये था कि डायमीटर कम होके और लेंथ अपन को मैक्सिमम मिलती है, और टेलीस्कोपिक टाइप में जहाँ पर मैक्सिमम आउटपुट के लिए सिलेंडर लेंथ की स्पेस कम हो, तो वहाँ हम टेलीस्कोपिक टाइप हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम यूज़ करते हैं. सो द स्पेस एफिशिएंसी, द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ स्पेस इज अगेन द इम्पोर्टेंट पैरामीटर while selecting the hydraulic system. Integration with other application. Integration means एक ही यूनिट को या एक ही कंपोनेंट को हम दूसरी मल्टीपर्पस यूज़ कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल पिक एंड प्लेस रोबोट और पिक एंड प्लेस मैकेनिज़्म में अगर हमें पिक एंड प्लेस प्लस मूव or some linear displacement or at angular position, we need to place the whatever the product is. In that case, integration with other application, integrated system it is being used. Second, अगर वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी कोई सिस्टम एग्जिस्टिंग है और उसमें हमें अपग्रेड करना है, तो अगेन दिस इंटीग्रेशन टाइप इज़ इम्प्लीमेंटेड. या फिर अगर हम कोई भी सिस्टम यूज़ कर रहे हैं और उसमें हमें कोई सिस्टम ऐड करना है, तो इट शुड बी ईजिली इंटीग्रेटेड विथ अदर सिस्टम ऑल्सो. सो हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम should be such that it can be easily integrated. Always it is not possible, हमेशा ये चीज़ पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाती है कि हर एक हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम को हम दूसरे सिस्टम से इंटीग्रेट करें, लेकिन अगर वहाँ एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है तो हम उसको इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं. टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ द ऑपरेशन, दिस इज अगेन वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर. कॉस्ट ऑफ द ऑपरेशन, हम जानते हैं कि हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम इज़ अगेन ए समवॉट कॉस्टलियर सिस्टम, बट वी ऑल्सो गेट द डिज़ायर्ड आउटपुट. नाउ द कॉस्ट is very much important parameter in any design criteria. So this should be kept in mind, that what should be the cost, how we can minimize the cost with maximum durability, minimum maintenance, maximum efficiency, and with a space efficiency. So friends, I hope all the parameters are clear to you. Motion profile control, impact on cleanliness, durability and maintenance, ambient noise, energy efficient, space efficiency, integration with other application, and total cost of operation. So these are the selection criteria for the hydraulic system. Now we will see what are the selection criteria for the particular linear actuator. You know, linear actuators are those actuators which gives reciprocating motion. So the first, it is determine the amount of force required. It means how much force is to be required or lifted, whatever the output is there, mechanical force required. So that is much more important, that how much force is required, and based on that force required parameter, we will be able to design or select the actuator of our system. Second is determine the distance the actuator need to move. So this is again a very important parameter, distance the actuator needs to move. अब एक्चुएटर कौन सा डिस्टेंस कितना डिस्टेंस मूव करना चाहता है, इट इज़ 5 centimeter or 2 meter or less than that. So depends on that. Based on that, the linear actuator is selected. So this is also again an important parameter for that. The next is determine the speed required. Either it is fast or slow, it depends. So what is the speed required for the final output of the actuator? Either high speed displacement or movement is required, or very slow. So based on that, the linear actuator is selected. The next, based on the project, choose a type of linear actuator. Means what kind of project we are using is very much important. Either it's a linear or reciprocating, or where the sound is required, or maintenance free zone is required, or hygienic is required, or open air, open dust environment is required. So based on that, our project, we can select the linear actuator. So here you can see this is the linear actuator, which we have already seen prior to 2 lectures. This is the piston rod, this is the outer shell, or it is also termed as barrel. This is the piston, where you can see this is this oil seal on the outer periphery of the piston, and this is the cap end port, and this is the rod end port. So the double acting linear actuator, it is which we are seeing in the diagram. Already previously we have seen the different types of linear actuators. In that single acting, dual acting we have seen. So this is, so I hope again the force required, the distance, the speed, and the special requirement of our project. So these are the criteria where are to be kept in mind when linear actuator is considered. Now let us see what are the selection criteria for the rotary actuator. Rotary actuator, in selecting rotary actuator, is very important to see what is the mechanical efficiency of the rotating actuator. As the force is converted into rotary motion, it's very important that whatever the mechanical efficiency of the system is higher or low. Second is packaging size. What is the size of the entire package or system, hydraulic system we need to design? So again the space consideration. Shaft option. So that is also that we required how long shaft, or thin shaft, or larger diameter shaft, and clockwise, anti-clockwise motion depends. Based on that, the rotary actuators are selected. And what is the maximum rotation, how much degree of angle is required for the rotation of the rotary actuator. So this is again a very important parameter where you can say the selection criteria, again mechanical efficiency, package efficiency or package size, shaft option, and maximum rotation. Now this is the rotary actuator. Okay, again the cost is important parameter, and this is the rotary actuator where the force is applied on this piston. Piston will come closer and this will rotate, and if pistons are moving away from this, it will rotate in other direction. So this is how, when these are moving, though both the pistons are moving in one direction, then this will rotate in this direction, and if pistons are moving in outward direction, both the pistons are moving in outward direction, this will rotate in this direction. So this is how the rotary actuator works, and these are the parameters: cost, maximum rotation, shaft option, package size, and mechanical efficiency for selecting the rotary actuator. Now what are the advantage of the hydraulic system? So previously also once we have discussed in very introductory slide what are the advantages of the hydraulic system. So let us see. Hydraulic system are easy to control and they are very accurate. So hydraulic system को हम easily control कर सकते हैं और वो बहुत ही accurate हैं. Second is hydraulic systems are simpler and easier to maintain because this system uses less moving part. हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम में मूविंग पार्ट्स जो हैं बहुत ही कम हैं और उसकी वजह से these systems are more in use and very easier and simpler in the controlling. Oil hydraulic systems can deliver constant torque and or force regardless of the speed. So this is very again important. It deliver constant torque or force regardless of the speed change. So this is one of the benefit of the hydraulic system कि जहाँ पर हमें constant torque और without affecting the speed of the system or speed of the actuator we get. So this is again one additional benefit of the hydraulic system. Now easy to spot leak of the hydraulic system. So this is again benefit. हम easily जहाँ भी अगर सिस्टम में लीकेज है हम easily आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, जबकि वो चीज़ हम न्यूमेटिक सिस्टम में नहीं जल्दी से कर पाते. उसका रीज़न ये है कि अगर कहीं से एयर लीकेज हो रही है तो हमें वी रिक्वायर्ड सोपी वाटर एनालिसिस और सम अदर एनालिसिस in order to check the leakage. But in hydraulic system हमें easily पता चल जाएगा कि कहाँ पर लीकेज हो रहा है, so that we can repair it and move ahead for the avoid the losses of the system. So this is how these are the advantages of the hydraulic system. So in short, if we say easy control, less moving part, easy control and accurate, this is less moving parts, constant torque or force delivery and spot leakage identification. So these are the important points how we can remember the advantage of the hydraulic system for the exam point of view also. Now let us see what are the advantages or disadvantages of the hydraulic system. So as it is said that there are always pros and cons, positive and negative side of every system. So here the first one, slower motion than the pneumatic. If we desired also we cannot get the high speed there is a limitation of speed for the pneumatic hydraulic system, because the pressurized oil will generate the pressure and that pressure will result to the output speed. So the generation of pressure results to the optimum motion. So here we get very slower motion as compared to pneumatic. Then next is the complex construction of hydraulic system. The construction is very complex, very bulky and costlier also. So this is again the disadvantage of it. Leakage of oil problem. Yes, if the oil gets leakage, it also requires hygienic or very neat and clean maintenance, and the leakage of oil also results to the financial losses. While in pneumatic system free atmospheric air is used as a working medium, so more maintenance than the pneumatic. Here more maintenance is required. So you can see slower motion, complex construction, leakage problem and more maintenance. So these are the criteria, and one more, the higher cost. So these are the disadvantages of the hydraulic system, where you can see the difference between its advantage and disadvantage of the hydraulic system. Friends, for any system, if we go There is always pros and cons for entire system. So as per our requirement, particular advantages are helpful to us or not, it is being in our budget or not, it is satisfying our work output or not. Based on that, we have to select the our hydraulic system. So thank you very much for watching this video. I also request all the students to subscribe our ssit.gandhinagar channel. Thank you very much.